I am talking about this is something that you discovered after you and someone.
Probably watch a movie or something, or even watch a movie.
Wait a minute. Listen to me. After you got a relationship with someone, they suddenly discover this sort of craze. All right, let me make this point, George. If I had a partner and I discovered that my partner wanted to be flogged before we have sex, and I objected to it because I am diametrically opposed to inflicting corporal punishment even on children, what we would call legitimate. I am not in that. I have no delight in flogging you to have sex with you. And you would want it so much that you would go out and get somebody to flog you and give you and think so. Well then, that would be the end of the relationship. I would sincerely hope that we were not married, that I would have to go into any divorce, anything. But that would be the end of it. Peacefully so. We could still be friends, but not lovers. I would say to you, it was good while it lasted until we got into this. I'm sorry. We would kiss and say goodbye. Your turn.
Yeah,
Kurt, thank you for your call.
I think we're going in circles here because I had mentioned to you earlier on my position on this, right? And I'm saying to you, John, you can't have a situation where each person, with two people in a relationship, having sex, but one is not enjoying it. It has to be a situation where two people are enjoying it. As outrageous you might see the thing is sometimes, you come to you said, okay, you want to be flogged, or you want to flog me. You want to flog me before you have sex with me. I can't enjoy that. I think you'll have to seek it somewhere else. One should be big enough to say no. Go somewhere else and have it. It's up to me now to go and look for somebody who will enjoy that. In fact, I'm saying this. I don't think two people should stay in a relationship if they are not enjoying sex with each other, or they're not getting that sexual fulfillment. And I'm talking here of two people who is healthy and nothing is wrong with them. I'm not talking about somebody here who is sick or something. You are very healthy. You're capable of having sex and performing the sexual act. Very normal. But for some reason you are not enjoying it with your partner not enjoying it with you.
And that only says one thing, George, that we are incompatible and should not be.
And we should go, right, and that's what I'm saying. That is why you should seek it somewhere else. And that's the point about seeking it somewhere else.
No. When you say seek it somewhere else, that does not seem to terminate the relationship. That is, you're going for that short-term satisfaction, and then you're returning because I don't give it to you, so you're going somewhere else and get it. But I am saying we are terminating the relationship. You can now go and do what you want to do because we are no longer in love with each other.
And all of that is
as simple as that. The relationship is over.
John, that is contributed to what's seeking it elsewhere. But listen to me, John.
Yeah.
And that's one of the, I'm glad you bring this point up because this is one of the things that cause a relationship or relationships to have infidelity, where people go outside and, on partners to be unfaithful to one another. These kinds of issues comes up in a relationship, and this is where unfaithfulness come up. Because here is me, my wife, I go to the office every day, and I meet some woman who makes me feel comfortable. My wife doesn't make me comfortable. She doesn't greet me when I come home. She doesn't come in the bathroom and take a shower with me. She comes on the bed and she just goes to sleep,
And then something is wrong with the relationship. Repair the relationship and all these things will fall in place. Not have sex to make the relationship good. Repair the relationship and these other fringe benefits will fall in place. If you went and bought a brand new car, if you bought a brand new car from the garage and the plug wires come off, it is not going to work. Nothing is wrong with the car. fix the plug wires, and the car will work beautifully. It's a brand new car.
Yes, John, I agree with what you, and I don't have a problem with what you're saying. You're saying. Yeah.
Repair the relationship.
Hold it. Repair the relationship, yes. And you believe that once you prepare the relationship, the woman will react with you. She will do her bedroom duty to please you? I don't think so.
To please you?
Because that would have caused the problem in the beginning. Because the bedroom.
Hold on a minute. You are putting yourself on the king's throne. I am monarch of all I survey. That is what you're doing. I am monarch of all I survey. My subject must obey me. I never
said that. Throughout this whole program, I never indicated that. I've never indicated that we should have a situation where my subject obeys me. John.
You're implying.
The basic point I'm trying to make throughout the whole line is this. I know there are times we're coming up and we have to wind up.
Yeah.
Is that I understand that two people together and they are going to be having sex. You are asking for certain type of sexual activity in the bedroom, and yes, your wife or your husband refusing it to do it, and when they're capable of doing it, your wife or your husband is being insensitive towards you. In the case where the husband refuses to do what the wife wants, or in the case where the wife refuses to do what the husband wants, it's just that's insensitivity. That's insensitivity. Even if you also think that the person, we are putting pressure on the person and we are being insensitive, the person who also refuses are being insensitive because they are thinking about themselves too. If you want to put it like that, they both are being insensitive to each other. They both are being selfish. I think what we should do is just like a quick break, a station ID, and just come back and end the program for tonight.
Okay.
Let's spring into action. In today's demonstration, let's see what happens to those that drink and drive. CCV Radio wishes to advise, if you value your life, don't drink and drive. If you decide to have a few, take a back seat and have a designated driver. Tell it as it is, with your hosts, Leon George and Leary McRae.
Real talk, real issues.
Well, thank you very much and welcome back to CCV Radio, the #1 internet station, broadcasting to you throughout the globe and cyberspace. So we say a special welcome to you again, to those of you who have been listening to us throughout the night. And we thank you for your comments, your email and such. And we want to apologize one more time again for the technical glitches that we have. And I'm telling you, some of it is beyond our control, and there's little we could have done to rectify the situation for you. But I hope you would have find some other ways of listening, and you would have taken most of what we have to discuss here tonight. Now it's time to wind up. We hope you would have tickled your interest, and you would have now find some kind of common ground to at least discuss with your partner if you would have been having such a situation occurring in a relationship. We hope we was able to provide some kind of solutions and such for you, and our duty is to please you. But like I say, if you don't displease you around this time, you certainly try the second time. But before I give my winding up comments, let me introduce John again to say a few parting words before we wind up here tonight.
Okay, thank you very much, George. And in my parting shot, I would just like to refer one more time to what our discussion was about tonight, just in case there's some people who have popped in at the 11th hour. We looked tonight at situation in a sexual relationship where one partner was not getting the sort of satisfaction that they really wanted. And the question was, should that partner have the right to seek it elsewhere? And we looked at a couple of situations where people do some certain things during sex, and one partner may have a delight in it while the other may not at all be in favor. What should be the compromise, or how should they deal with such a situation? My take on it is that you should not let a short-term pleasure destroy your long-term relationship. And I want to thank Tara for having planted that idea in my head. And I like the way how that was put. I also want to say that in 2012, the sky is the limit, as it has always been where sex is concerned, as far as I am concerned. But we must remember that there must be a compromise, a compromising point. And we cannot just decide, I don't like this, so if you can't do it my way. I've always said that in any relationship, whether you're married or unmarried, there are 3 pronouns which you must throw to the recycle bin. And that is I, me, and mine. Those 3 pronouns no longer exist when you are in a relationship. You replace them by we, us, and ours. And that's the way you think. It is no longer what I want, but what's good for the both of us. And I would always remember the little poem, nursery rhyme, which I learned when I was in school. And when it comes to a relationship between 2 lovers or a husband or wife, whatever it may be, if you can't eat any fat and your partner can't eat any lean, don't worry about things like that. Let her eat yours and you eat hers. You get what I mean? The problem will then be solved. What we call conflict resolution. No fight, no winner, no loser. No victor, no vanquish. There was no fight. Ladies and gentlemen, from the world, which we now regard as a small global village. Till next time, this is John out of Barbados saying bye for now.
Well, thank you, John, and thank you for your closing remarks. I want to say thank you again for listening to the program tonight. You know, I try to avoid giving my personal view, but however, John, I think you probably was clever enough to bring it out of me. I wanted to leave it for last, but I think you, in responding to me, you give me no choice but to bring up my personal view of this.
Good night.
We are talking about sex here in a relationship, and we are talking about if the question is if your partner refuses to perform sexual act that will make you satisfied, that is satisfy you in the relationship, you seek it elsewhere. And this is where your partner refuses. It is not a situation where your partner is unable to do it. You are asking here for his duty. In a relationship is what make that bond, that connection. Anybody or anyone, any individual who is healthy and normal does not have a good sexual relationship, it will lead to a breakdown in the relationship. One, the sex is not as it should be. All kinds of problems is going to step up in a relationship. Sex is something you should discuss openly, dispassionately, and honestly. There should be no boundaries in discussing it, performing it, and most of all, be sensitive to one another. John mentioned earlier on that if you would like a certain sexual, what you might call a sexual, I will put it as a sexual act. He lists a few specific things, but I wanted to stay away from that. And you refuse to do it. And he said if your partner refuses to do it, you are being selfish or just probably thinking about your partner because he believed there was no you or I. He believed there was only us or we. But two people make up that we and that us. I think if your partner also refuses, your partner is also being equally insensitive towards you. And if I'm not comfortable in a relationship, I think I will have to end that relationship or probably seek some kind of comfort on the outside for what I am missing in my home. It should not be that way. This contributes to infidelity because your partner, your wife does not want to go the way of pleasing you. Or the husband does not want to go the way of pleasing the wife to make the wife happy. It is a duty bound to make each other happy. And sometimes by doing that, you have to give up something. You have to be less selfish in your thinking. You have to compromise. Both must compromise. Because there will be situations where you will like something, your wife don't like it. And there will be a situation where your wife will like something and you don't like it. And this is where the compromise would come in. So two people in a relationship should understand each other. I think communication should take place before any serious relations take place. Right? And one should not hesitate to be honest about their feelings for each other and certain kinds of activities and what they will want to do in a relationship. One should not be hesitant about it. A love relationship is like a bank account. And this is how I put it. Each time you do something terrible or do something that your partner don't like, you make a withdrawal. Each time you refuse to even listen to your partner, you make a withdrawal. But if you keep withdrawing from your bank account and not putting back, one day it's going to be empty. But if you keep doing that in your relationship, because a breakdown in the relationship, and the relationship that breakdown takes place in the bedroom, started in the bedroom. And each time you're refusing to listen to your partner or doing something to your partner that is not complimentary and all of that, soon there will be nothing left in the account. And you will have no choice to go your separate ways. There will be no love. There will be no love there. You will not be enjoying the company of each other, and you will realize that you're not supposed to be together. Because you know why? You did not compromise, you did not try to understand or give consideration to your partner's feelings. And I am saying, yes, in this case, if I'm in a relationship and I'm not happy with the sex, I am not being fulfilled, I will seek it elsewhere. In fact, I would not stay in a relationship where I'm not getting fulfilling sex. Where my sexual needs are not being fulfilled or not being met. I'm not going to stay in a relationship. Why should I torture myself? Why should I do that to myself? And then when I know my partner is capable of doing it, nothing is stopping my partner from helping me reach that sexual fulfillment. My partner is torturing me. My partner is not thinking about me. And my partner have little regards to how I feel. And I just want to respond to that email who said, why destroy a long-term relationship for a short-term pleasure? That short-term pleasure has value on it. It is precious. It's not just a short-term pleasure for once. It's a short-term pleasure for a lifetime as you together. If that short-term pleasure was for just a one-time thing, well, then I could have understand it. That short-term pleasure is going to come up time and time again. So yes, destroy the long-term relationship for that short-term pleasure, because that short-term pleasure is not being fulfilled and it's going to be coming up time and time again. And I think two people are not happy, go their separate ways. I want to thank you for listening. This is Tell It Like It Is, and till we meet again next week. And next week, the topic for next week is going to be abortion.